Welcome to Now. I'm your host, Curtis Parody, bringing you the news happening in the world right now. And right now, well, it's Wednesday, that pivotal middle day of the week. So I hope you're doing well and you've already maybe started planning for the weekend. If maybe not, well, I'm not going to judge you either way. But the first big story that I want to talk to you today about is something that happened yesterday, the announcement of the next generation Xbox. Known as the Xbox One, this new device is going to bring some super cool new enhancements to your gaming experience. Not only is Microsoft pushing this as a new gaming machine, but they're also kind of working it as a whole new center to your entertainment system. It will obviously play video games, and for the very first time, it has a Blu-ray drive, though I'm not sure if it's 3D capable, but the box also has the ability for you to actually plug in your cable box to it. Then you can simply use voice commands to switch from playing a game to actually watching TV, or doing both of them at the very same time. On a personal level here, I'm kind of looking past the gaming element because, yeah, it plays games. Everyone already knew it was going to do that. And yes, the graphics are better, which is always a plus. The Xbox One also has an exclusive partnership with Call of Duty for all of the DLC content when the box actually launches. So if you're a big Call of Duty fan and are interested in the new game Ghosts, then the new Xbox might be something you want to look into. But jumping away from the gaming aspect here, I really want to get into the other parts of the new console. At first sight, the Xbox One kind of looks boring, actually. You know, like, it's not too impressive to look at. But I kind of had some time to, think it over, and you know what? Does it really matter what this thing looks like? Because in the end, it's just gonna go under my TV with all of the other boxes. The new Kinect 2 sensor bar also looks a little bit different. To me, though, I've not actually seen one in person. It looks a little bit larger than the current model, and it also carries over the rectangular block type look. Though again, if you really want to think about it, it looks a lot like the center speaker I have for my surround sound system. So, you know, that's a plus because it'll just blend right in. And then there's the controller. To me, the controller looks pretty similar to the current model, though the analog sticks have been improved. And one cool thing about the triggers on the back, each have their own forced feedback, which will provide the gamer with a little bit something extra. Jumping back into the voice recognition, with this thing, it's a pretty pivotal part. All actions on the new Xbox One can be controlled by voice, from switching back and forth from live TV to gaming, and even pulling some Windows 8 type stunts and snapping an Internet Explorer window beside your game. There are tons of cool voice commands that this thing can do, and that's what kind of makes me the most excited. Not the gaming thing, but the ability to actually control the entire device with my voice. It goes as far as being able to actually turn on or off the Xbox with your voice. But this does raise an unhappy thought. In order for the Xbox to actually turn on with your voice, it needs to always be listening to the room that it's in, even when it's off. So that could be a little unsettling, but hey, that's what happens when technology advances. If you're interested in picking up the new Xbox One, it will be hitting store shelves later this year. My guess is closer to the holiday season, and I'm sure it's going to be a big seller, though the price for it has not yet been announced. So some super cool Xbox news for all of you, and we move on. Moving on from one bit of gaming news to another. Actually, this is more of like an update to remind you that tomorrow EA will be hosting a live broadcast for The Sims 3 Dragon Valley, and they'll also be showing off The Sims 4 team. So you're probably not going to want to miss it, but don't worry, if you do miss it, you can check back right here and I'll have all of the live broadcast coverage on Now. So now, I talked about GIFs and GIFs on Monday's episode, and I knew right away that people in the comment section below were going to be like, "You're saying that incorrect." Well, guess what? The actual inventor of the GIF has officially settled the age-old internet question. Is it pronounced GIF or GIF? According to Steve White, who created the graphics interchange format in 1987, it's pronounced GIF. Steve was honored on Tuesday when he received a Webby Award, and while on stage, a GIF actually flashed on the big screens around him, and he stated, "It's pronounced GIF, not GIF." Boom! That's how you change the internet, people! Or really how you change the pronunciation of like a thing that you created. So there you go, it's a GIF. Moving from some fun topics now to some not so fun topics. Big news from Oklahoma, as recently a huge tornado wreaked havoc on an Oklahoma City suburb. The tornado destroyed many homes and at least 24 people are dead because of the disaster. 48 others are still missing and over 200 are injured. My heart goes out to all of the families who have been affected by this disaster. It's unfortunate with the advancements in the world that we live in. When it comes right down to it, we are no match for whatever Mother Nature wishes to throw at us. The search is still going on in that area for survivors, but residents have a long road ahead of them before they rebuild their lives. If you want to know more about this story, there is a link to it in the description below. I recommend you check it out for yourself. From one tragedy today to another. A man who was thought to be serving as a British soldier soldier was killed by two armed men today on a London street. Witnesses say the man was first hit by a car and then hacked with cleavers, and then his body was actually dumped in the middle of a road in Woolwich, southeast London. At this time, police do have two suspects in custody. The Prime Minister David Cameron stated that there are strong indications that the man's killing was a terrorist incident. He also stated that he would be heading back to London from Paris earlier to handle the situation. At this time, very little other information is known, though if you do want to learn more, I have linked to an active BBC article below if you would like to check that out for yourself and learn more about the situation. Once again, my thoughts go out to all of those who have been affected by this, and I hope that the men responsible for this cruel action are exposed to the full extent of the law. So jumping back to the very first topic of today, I want to know, are you planning on buying the new Xbox One? Tell me in the comment section below, or of course you can always let me know on my Facebook page, through that always amazing thing called Twitter, and through Google+. Links to all that and the other articles I talked about in today's episode in the description below, along with the always amazing subscribe button. So until next time, I'm Curtis Paradis, and that's what's happening now. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. You can of course check out more videos that I create by clicking on them below. Check out Now for the latest news happening in the world right now, Paradise Gaming for some fun gameplay videos, or of course my personal vlog channel to see what I'm doing outside of my studio. Also, if you're interested in supporting the show and getting some new clothes for yourself, just like this shirt, you can pick up this one if you want. Check out the store at thecurtisparadystore.ca. Bye everyone.